Gaming as we know it is starting to change forever, thanks to streaming platforms. The ability to stream high-quality games as opposed to owning discs is becoming more mainstream, and two of the biggest players in the game are Sony and Google. With the PlayStation Now thriving over the past few years, Google aims to take a piece of the market with their release of Stadia. Learn more about both services and which one will cater to your gaming habits. Now it's time for the ultimate showdown between PlayStation Now and Google Stadia. Hardware options. The best part of streaming gaming services is the ability to access those games and services on multiple platforms. No longer will you have to lug over your PS4 console to a buddy's house. Both the PS Now and Google Stadia services have multiple ways to connect and play. When the Google Stadia launches, the best way to stream the games will be through the Chromecast Ultra, which provides 4K graphics, 60 frames per second, and connects to all types of televisions. A number of other Google products will be compatible with Stadia in the near future, including Google Chromebooks and their line of Pixel smartphones. Currently, the PS Now runs on Windows-based PCs and the PS4 console. PS Now used to be available on the PS3, PS Vita, Sony Bravia televisions, multiple Samsung televisions, and various Sony Blu-ray players. But in 2017, they discontinued those options to put an exclusive focus on the PS4 and PCs. There's no word on if the service will branch out to any of those other options again in the future. As Google Stadia expands and grows, there may be more compatible devices used to stream games, including non-Chromebook-based computers. Controllers. PlayStation owners have the comfort of using their DualShock controllers for PlayStation Now. The experiences found on the PS4 and PS3 is completely replicated through the controller use. When playing on a PC, you have the ability to branch out a little and play a variety of games using multiple types of USB-based controllers. Yep, you can enjoy PlayStation Now with an Xbox One controller if that's up your alley. When Google Stadia launches, the gaming service will require their Stadia controller for use with the Chromecast Ultra. After the initial launch, any other type of USB-based controller will be compatible with the service. The Stadia controller was designed exclusively for the games, and Google was pretty smart by trying not to reinvent the wheel with their gaming device. The Stadia controller closely resembles an Xbox controller, with thick grips, similar trigger buttons, and the placement of the dual analog sticks. The controller is pretty much the industry standard for consoles and PCs. One of the highlights on the controller is the quick access capture button to snap pictures or videos while you're playing. The Nintendo Switch Joy-Con controllers have a similar button that does the same thing. Founders Pack. To help get gamers acclimated to the new Google Stadia service, the company is launching with a Founders Pack before creating a wide launch. The Founders Pack is the only way to play on Stadia before the year 2020, but there are plenty of perks packaged within the $130 price tag. The Ultra Chromecast comes with the Founders Pack, giving players instant access to the Stadia service along with streaming video services like YouTube and Netflix. The Founders Pack also includes 3 months of their Pro gaming service, which comes with multiple extras and perks. The Founders Pack also includes one Stadia controller, so players can get right into gaming without any major hassles. The main Stadia controller color will be released in white, but Google will also release a special edition controller in night blue. The Founders Pack is pretty similar to the PlayStation Now Starter Pack, originally released back in 2015. The kit came with a DualShock 4 controller and 1-month access to the PlayStation Now online service. The kit is now discontinued as Sony expects players to pretty much use their PS4 console and will not need to purchase the extra controller. PS5 Future. The PlayStation Now is only going to grow in the future. Despite removing the service on a number of different Sony products, the PS Now should be available on the launch day of the PS5. The PlayStation 5 will release during the 2020 holiday season, giving players a lot to look forward to. With access to the PS Now, players do not need to spend a bunch of money on extra launch games. With the purchase of a single game, PS Now will open up a whole library of games to play right off the bat. The PS Now service on the PS5 will include a library of games from the PS2 all the way up to the PS4. The best part of having access on the PS5, besides the stunning 4K graphics, will be the ability to use the new DualShock controller with past games. Sony hasn't revealed a peek at the controller yet, but it will be nice to use the next-generation device with so many classic games. And while the PS5 provides gamers plenty of at-home options for the PS Now, there is major downfall to consider: on-the-go gaming. Google Stadia will offer full access to the Pixel line of mobile phones, but anyone who wants to play the PS Now either has to whip out a big laptop or is tethered to their own home. Game libraries. No matter how nice the controllers are or how great the features are, the core of any online gaming service comes down to the games available. Thanks to Sony's vast library of games, they already have a huge edge on Google Stadia. Sony's library of PlayStation titles includes games like Mortal Kombat 10, the Metal Gear Solid series, multiple Grand Theft Auto games, and sports titles like WWE 2K18. The PS Now often features 3-month-long marquee titles like God of War 4. All of the games are included within the monthly service fee, much like how Netflix offers a vast library of movies every month. Google is taking a much different approach with the Stadia. Much like any app store, there will be a selection of free-to-play games. But Google's service is more of a storefront where gamers purchase games to own. Before the launch, the only completely free game announced for Stadia is Destiny 2. Any other popular games compatible with Stadia like Assassin's Creed Odyssey and Shadow of the Tomb Raider will have to be purchased through the store. With the purchase, gamers own the games forever. Google is essentially allowing gamers to build their own library of titles without the console attached to it. Enjoying the battle between the PlayStation Now and Google Stadia? Well, be sure to check out our video comparing the PS5 versus Xbox 2. The future of consoles is here. The Buddy Pass Crowd Play. On the PlayStation Now, there are numerous games which support both online and local playing options. Anyone you play with online also has to have their own PlayStation Now account and access. With the local games, multiple players can all enjoy the game at the same time. In an effort to stand out from the pack, Google is introducing a couple of different elements to help get their streaming service to as many players as possible. The first option is the Buddy Pass. Anyone who purchases the Stadia Founders Pack will get a free Buddy Pass. The pass allows you to gift 3 months of Stadia Pro to another gamer. The gamer will get their own account and access for the full 3 months. After the 3 months are up, the player could suspend their account or pay the monthly fee to continue on as a Stadia Pro member. In the future, the Google Stadia will also feature something known as Crowd Play. How often have you watched your favorite streamers play online, desperate to join them? Well, the Crowd Play feature gives you a chance to join a streamer online and play them in games. There's no word yet on how the queue or process will actually work, but it has the potential to help boost streamer popularity and create a must-have feature for all gaming services. Streaming versus downloads. One of the main benefits of having the PlayStation Now on the PS4 is the ability to download games directly to the console. The download feature is only available on the console, but still gives players more accessibility. Basically, with the downloaded games, you do not have to worry about the internet connection and can have instant access to the games. Players must log into their PlayStation Now account once a week to ensure their subscription is still active. If the subscription ends or there has not been a connection, then the games will be locked and players cannot access them. Even with Pixel and Chromebook access, Google is sticking to pure streaming options with the Stadia. For months now, the Google team has been testing out different streaming platforms and software to ensure the best service and responsiveness for the games. There's no word on if downloads will be available in the future, but a device like the Chromecast Ultra doesn't have the full space to store a whole library full of games. Streaming speeds. With exclusive streaming options on the Stadia and streaming a lot of time on the PlayStation Now, having proper internet speeds is an essential part to making the service worth your time and money. Sorry those living in the 90s and still loving that dial-up connection. This service is not for you. Both the Stadia and PS Now recommend high-speed internet and have 4K compatibility with the highest speeds. The connections work over Wi-Fi, but a hard-lined Ethernet cable will provide you with a more stable connection. At minimum, both services will need at least speeds of 10 megabytes a second to run the games. Anything over 30 megabytes a second will provide the ability to stream the 4K games. A number of cable-based internet packages will provide those high speeds along with higher-tiered DSL internet packages. Before you start investing in the streaming services, run a speed test to see your average so you know exactly what to expect with the game quality. With other users connecting to Wi-Fi and internet speeds fluctuating, both the Stadia and PS Now have built-in functions to reduce graphic performance, so gameplay is not interrupted. With a disconnection in a single-player game, Stadia has the ability to save your spot for several minutes while you attempt to connect. Free options. Everyone loves free, and both Stadia and PS Now have some free options, although Stadia's free option seems a little more appealing at this point. Let's start with the PS Now service. If you're a first-time user, you have the ability to start off with a 7-day free trial. Yes, the week goes by extremely quick, but it gives you a little time to play around and see everything the PS Now service has to offer. Once Google Stadia fully launches, they will introduce the Stadia Base package. With the base membership, there are no monthly fees, and users pay full price for the games. There are a few other limits with the free package as well. The Stadia Pro service includes full surround sound, while the base package only offers stereo sound. The The base package also does not include any of the free-to-play Stadia games like the launch title Destiny 2. If you miss out on the Founders deal, then the base package may provide an ideal way to try out the service before you fully commit. Other competitors. While the PlayStation Now and Google Stadia are looking to lead the way in the world of streaming games, there are multiple competitors to look into as well. In the console world, Microsoft offers the Xbox Game Pass, which is a streaming service that provides access to a lot of past and current Xbox titles. Nintendo is slowly getting there, as their Nintendo Online service offers original NES and SNES games, but they aren't a true competitor. In the world of PC gaming, one of the best competitors is Nvidia. Currently in their beta phase, Nvidia GeForce Now works much like in Stadia in the way the service provides users with the ability to stream purchased games from a variety of online retailers, like Steam or Epic Games. Nvidia has their own TV-based Shield console along with compatibility on all types of PCs. Even older PCs have the ability to run high-quality games with a need for major upgrades thanks to the service. With so many streaming options on the market, gamers will have a lot to choose from as companies like Sony and Google work hard to ensure they have the best product available. So now that you know the details, what streaming service are you leaning towards? Did you get accepted into the Nvidia beta? Do you prefer streaming games or traditional downloads? Well, let us know in the comments, and stick around to The Gamer for more great video game content. We're releasing new videos every couple of days. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to stay up to date with the channel.